I want to
neutral objective set, but the problem is that's only going to be useful to secure the objective. Afterwards, they can't really escape from all the chase and dive coming in from the side of Falcons.
It's a tricky combination to have to pull off. We'll see whether or not Niightmare Esports can live up to the high level to do so. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
The long-awaited second game finally underway right here. And already a big difference here, but Goodnight.
Goodnight is about to sleep. Look at Goodnight, he's still trying to get that damage, but he goes back in a really strange way. He had to use his flicker, right?
Their attention on the other side of the map. Usually we see him play around Hulk, but now knowing, I guess, that Lotric's on his signature hero, they want to make sure that he gets a dominant, decisive laning phase.
Yeah, it's an understandable concern here, especially considering the stakes. Right now, Team he's
trying to jump in, but he jumps in the air in another way. Super saves Lotric.
Nice response right there. Being able to outplay that is pretty solid from Lotric there. He definitely sensed that something was coming, dashed away. They don't have enough damage yet to finish off Jasmine, but it's still pretty nice.
Yeah, he's getting now some passive, and Hulk is trying to get that kill. He forces Joe his flicker, so he goes.
When there's no minions around, so Juviana can't really regen from the Festival of Blood that he has. But here's where the draft really makes sense for Niightmare Esports. Can they secure the first turtle and put Leo behind?
Well, we'll see right now because the spark is on and there's a Leo with the second skill tries, and he did secure that turtle. First turtle goes to the side of Team Falcons. Everything's safe, everyone is alive, and things are going a little bit. Yeah, it's style, right? Yeah, that was not going toward anyone.
That was a clean defense there. Super going for the aggressive engage to try and lock down too easy for Lexi before the heavy spin can come out. Allow them to secure
the penalty zone. Hulk is trying to escape, and there's so much pressure. Hulk is still alive, but he's just one touch away. One touch away. He manipulates death, and he's back alive for a skill. Oh, flicker here. Here he is with that first skill. Leo is going deep. Leo is going so deep. He wants Juviana, and he gets Juviana. Look at Hulk. Look at Falcons. Look at Falcons. They are flying.
Plays all over the map right there, man. On the top, on the bottom, everywhere. A display of mechanics and dominance on the map. What a draft and what a game plan so far, but with that advantage, will they just try and circle around Niightmare Esports and suffocate them? Because they have the tools to do so.
Yeah, they definitely do. They do still have to respect somewhat because Jasmine and Juviana, if they're able to get a good engage right now, the net worth difference isn't enough.
Oh, he's jumping in the air. He's jumping in the air, and he gets what he wants. Lotric is down. Kami gets that kill. Oh, he just assists, but Team Nightmare seems to fight back.
What a gank there. That's the Guinevere ganking potential we've been always hyping up about. That's exactly why Yasu felt that it won't really make an appearance. It's just so dynamic, and it happens so fast, and it actually covers so much more distance compared to a lot of other engage tools. So for now, with the turtle coming up, I think the favor still lies on Team Falcons, but look at this.
Jasmine's trying to play it so risky, but he knows what he was about to witness. It was a kill for Team Falcons.
Turtle going to be taunted now, pulled over to the Team Falcons side. All 5 players on both teams going to be in the area as Juviana's pulled back.
Juviana is in a really bad place. He's alone. He's trapped alone. Neo's trying to dance with that turtle. They are leaving Juviana because they know that the turtle is more important. And Akai goes in. Too easy for Lexi. It is too easy for Lexi. He wins that retribution battle.
Good for him, man. Finally making the Akai pick work in his favor. That was a massive fight, though. Niightmare Esports, they actually for this skirmish heavy playstyle. I think Niightmare Esports can come out on top, man. Team Falcons, they want to be together in order for Leo to take advantage of the movement speed boost from the decimation.
That is true, and if Team Falcons are playing too close together, Niightmare Esports, they're just going to look for that opportunity. And speaking of,
Lotric is going to a really bad place, but now he sees that Team Nightmare are coming and they want that bot lane turret. He manages to pull up a defense here. I thought they will take the turret easily.
They're waiting for the wave right here, and once it does collide, Cammy can just one-tap this turret. But with 3 members defending, can Lexi find the pin?
Oh, too easy for Lexi or what? Roderick now being alive, still held alive by Goodnight, but the Black Dragon is here into the land of Dawn. He will cause chaos. He is already causing mayhem, but Joey Viana in the back line holding that Goodnight, wishing him not wishing him a good night. Joey Viana is down, but Leo goes down along with him. It is incredible at the bot lane.
I will say that this game, Niightmare Esports' rotations feel a lot cleaner than what we've seen of them previously. The time that they've taken to discuss and figure out how they want to outplay Team Falcons seems to have been quite valuable here. Because right now, even though Team Falcons are still playing the same old way and honestly are finding some good chances, the amount of tools that Niightmare Esports has is making it very difficult when combined with their newfound aggression.
They just have to set up more properly, right? For Niightmare Esports, a lot of the heroes, like I said, are self-sufficient, right? There's a lot of like independent skills built in there. Sustain, for example, from the Guinevere and the Terizla, wave clear, crowd control. They have a lot of ways they can really go for like a 2v2. Whereas for Team Falcons, the whole idea of this comp, including the presence of the Faramis, is to work together as 5 in a big team fight. So when Niightmare Esports push the tempo and go for fights when Team Falcons aren't quite ready yet, that's where they can get an advantage. That's why they have to try and push the tempo even more. High speed is the name of the game right here for Team Niightmare.
Yeah, up until now, Niightmare Esports hasn't really shown a capability to be able to out-tempo a team with the experience of Team Falcons, but they're really demonstrating it here. Looking at the itemization, though, the marksmen are still pretty even, so the late game for Falcons is still there.
Look at the items from the side of Niightmare Esports, dude. They're stacking a lot of physical defense, knowing that the Faramis has damage, but that's later on, right? People think that Faramis maybe is... you need a slow amount of items to be relevant on the Faramis, but no, actually, if you want to do damage, you require a lot more items than you would imagine. So now with a Enchanted Talisman and maybe an NOD built up, or building towards an NOD, it's not enough damage right here to be a real threat. So they're stacking physical defense. They're going in.
They are stacking defense, but they are also stacking Leo. They are trying to get that Leo pinned to the wall, and he is pinned to the wall. Hulk is going in. He wants to again cause some mayhem, but he goes back to penalty zone. Now they have to pay the penalty. Team Falcons are now in the sky, but not in the way they want to be. Look at Team Niightmare. They are now shredding everyone apart, shredding everything apart, taking all the turrets and taking all the kills.
We were wondering if the combination of turrets... Oh my goodness, Goodnight nearly dying as well. We wondered if the combination of Terizla and Akai would really work well together, because on paper it feels like an anti-synergy, but Niightmare Esports are just layering their crowd control, constantly picking off the members of Team Falcons who are trying their best to reposition, but it's so difficult.
The fact that Team Falcons are just flustered and just scrambling to get into these fights instead of going for a proper setup, I think it's partially why Niightmare Esports are having so much success. Now again, you can see that Niightmare Esports are in position and 2 members from Team Falcons are just now exiting the base. So for Team Falcons, they gotta slow the tempo down a bit. And if they have to give up a few objectives, I think they should. With a Faramis and with a Beatrix, they can quite reliably clear the waves before Niightmare Esports can siege and take down turrets. Of course, there's the Brody that becomes a problem there. But it's so much better for them to slow the tempo down instead of just going in a more like a 50-50 style, because this really benefits Niightmare Esports, the more aggressive team with the more aggressive skirmish composition.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. Slowing it down would be quite beneficial for Falcons, but they don't have a lot of resources left to be able to trade comfortably against their opponents. And although the net worth difference isn't that big just yet, Niightmare Esports are really putting on the pressure.
Oh, they are putting on pressure, and they are now getting Leo away from that Lord, and they already take that Lord, but look at the damage coming from the Juiviana. Goodnight is trying his best to make his team survive, but now they are pinned to the wall. They are pinned to the wall. Too easy for Lexi. It is too easy for Nightmare to take and ace that team fight. Goodnight comes back once again. And Low Trick, where is he going?
Will actually finish that recall, able to get a tier 1 mid at the very least, but without his damage, Team Falcons really fell apart there to Nightmare.
Because they weren't really planning on going for a fight. Niightmare Esports just found a chance to cut them off This is just story right here. For Team Falcons, they should stop and make use of the Beatrix and the Paramis to just clear the waves as much as possible. With the ultimates from a Beatrix, they can really defend for a prolonged amount of time. And if Nightmare dive carelessly, Falcons definitely can punish back.
We've already seen it repeated many times in history before. This is going to be a very sensitive timing for Niightmare Esports because a lot of teams are the most comfortable when they are able to play together within their own base. But 12 minutes in, the Lord is going to be crashing down bot tower pretty soon.
Yeah, the bot lane, there was a flicker second skill coming from the Guinevere, but she couldn't land it on Lotrix. So I was about to say, we have old spells already, but Team Nightmare seems to lose that spell second skills there. And also second skill from the other side. Leo manages to escape, but the turret doesn't manage to escape the damage coming from that Brody. And Team Nightmare just gets one inhibitor turret with that Lord.
Well, the shoe's on the other foot right now with an 8k gold lead. Nightmare Esports can do a lot right here. It can go for farm, you can go for pickups on Team Falcons, but it seems like Team Falcons, they're looking for an opportunity right here. I think they need some more levels on top of gold as well to ensure that their skills do level up and do a lot more for them in these fights. Cammy secures the rose gold meteor here, so once Good Knight has some items, like we see right here, the lightning truncheon, Cammy already has a solution for it, so he's building preemptively, which is what you need to be doing against a team that really knows how to play around their power spikes.
In fact, looking at the items, Cammy's only one item away from being full build already. So that's a big problem for Team Falcons here, especially when you consider that they don't have all that much defense, just in Teak and the double dominance on their side. It may not be enough here, not to mention only a single Radiant armor against a hero like the Guinevere and Lilia.
I guess the Guinevere and Lilia, the Radiant armor will do okay, but you know, after I still want to protect you from the initial big burst. If they really layer down all their spells right there, maybe they can really consider going for a bit more magical defense. But for now, Niightmare Esports are content just taking over the jungle. Now it's going to be a Lord fight. The Lord does more damage right here, so I think for Niightmare Esports, it's a great opportunity, but also a great risk. But once they see Logic on the bottom side of the map, they are definitely going to go and try to at least force Team Falcons to engage them without their marksman.
Now, the big question to pose is, what is Team Falcons willing to give up right here? Do they want to give up pressure? Team fight DPS, the Lord? Hold on.
Oh, hold on indeed, because Leo is pushed away and he is getting melted down by that Lilia. He cannot escape. He cannot escape. He doesn't have that second skill. Lilia is still dealing so much damage. Gana comes in and he manages with that penalty zone to take Leo out just before that Lord fight, just before that Lord engage. And good night, good night, good night to you, good night. You're out, but you are back in again. I don't know. Was it like a second until he came back?
Paramis passive, very valuable in the situations, but there's no Netherrealm. How can Falcons defend?
Oh, Falcons can defend using every weapon that the Beatrix have, but Viviana too easy for Lexi, lose too much HP than they can afford. Hulk right now is trying to zone Team Nightmare away, and I think that this will be a successful defense.
But for how long, though? You can see how much of a problem. So,
whoa! So Soul lives.
The black shoe is just in time. This Lilia is a massive problem to Team Falcons. Hasn't died yet this game. And the amount of damage coming out with only a single Radiant armor is really evident at this point, considering even Leo wasn't able to get away from him. Lord's coming in. The base is naked. Can Falcons survive again?
The Lord is even untouched. He's going in with full HP. He's going in while Team Falcons are trying to survive that final push. Penalty zone by Viviana. Hole goes down and the base is exposed. The base is exposed. Team Nightmare